Everybody, Robin Hyatt here, taping this a little bit different way because my other way of taping in my room was not going to work out. So here we are. Have someone else that wants to talk to you, and wanted to talk to you a few things. And it isn't Martin Luther King, but it's someone that could be the spirit of Martin Luther King, that transcended from one life to another life. Take this food for thought. And I'm not going to say this is 100% because this came out of a channeling session. So take it for that. I wanted to show you something before we got started. This is Iceland spar crystal. And this is an Iceland spar crystal. These crystals are made by the earth in layers. And if you look at it in the sunlight, it has a lot of rainbow effect in it. And it has lines that go this way and this way, kind of checkered. Now, the Vikings used to use this Iceland spar crystal, which was very interesting. On cloudy days, when they couldn't see the sun to get their bearings and direction, they would hold this crystal into the sky and look up and just kind of move it all around. And then somehow this prism crystal would bring in the light of the sun. So then that would get their bearings of where they were needing to go. So it is a great crystal. You see, this one's semi-clear, but there's ones that are clear, like this one. And this one I actually bought off an Etsy store. And you can tell it's a real Iceland crystal is by the striations on the inside of it. So this one I could see those striations from that. So we are going to do a channeling session. And here I am again, and I'm going to move out of the way when I do this. So I try to do this in my room because I like my artwork and stuff around me. But my phone doesn't have enough memory to do more than one channeling session. And so I am going to do it here. So if you don't mind, with my Bigfoot shirt. So I'm going to move out of the way here. Okay. And you just get to look at the back of my room. Now, we channeled President Lincoln, and we are going to do another channeling session of Mary Todd Lincoln. She came forward. She wanted to have a voice, and so I am going to let her speak, and it's going to be very interesting. As I say, take this food for thought. This is all through channeling. And I put some flowers in the back because she loves flowers, and she really wanted to talk to you today. We did do another channeling session, but sometimes on my phone, with my microphone, it doesn't give me sound. So we are going to do this again, and I think this always works out with how I have it set up here. So you guys, peace out. I'm going to go into channeling session now. If you hear anything, I have my window open because it's like 89 degrees in here. So I turned off my air conditioning just so I could speak to you. Oh, joyous. This has been quite the altercation to get this going. I really want to thank this vessel. She has done a lot of work in my behalf, and she has so much she needs to do today. But I really wanted to come and speak to you today. My husband had his turn, and now it is my turn. I want you to know that most of the stories of my life have been fabrications. There's some that are truth. I would say as a percentage, 20% that you hear of my life is true, unless it is written by my hand or those that know me. I was born of goodly parents that educated me. I loved thought. I loved knowledge. I knew how to use that knowledge for my own gain. I knew Abraham Lincoln was going to be somebody, and that is why I accepted his hand in marriage. Not so much for love, but so much that I was going to be somebody through him. And the love grew as we had children together. The love grew, the respect grew. I did not see him much. Excuse me. He is a man of busyness, or he is full of thought. And you do not disturb him when he is full of thought, because he cannot hear you. Oh, the country was at war. We had so many problems in the United States at that time, and it was a great burden upon my husband. Then we had another burden, the loss of a young child. Then we were placed in the White House. My husband was President of the United States. If you could see him as a lawyer, you will see the change in him as a president. He grew frail and thin. He could not eat. He could not sleep. He wanted to correct these atrocities in the United States. And many times I would get after him for not eating or sleeping. He cannot exist this way. He worked 24/7, as you say in your modern days. And he didn't work for himself, he worked for you. I was left alone more and more. My children died. And I was left to myself to mourn. I did have a manic depressant state that was inbred in me from our lineage, and diabetes. I loved, the only thing that gave me solace was clothing and decoration, spending. I would think from day to day of what I was to wear. That would be all consuming for my day, was how I was going to look the next day. The only thing that saved me was my own vanity. Oh, how I hated war and how I hated slavery, because it took my husband away from me, and I needed him most after the death of my children. Oh, we were just starting to repair. I was just starting to get strong. And we would have what you call date nights. We would go to the opera theater. And we were having a joyous night. We were good. We were very good. And then it happened. Can you understand sitting next to your husband? And I was leaning in to talk to him when the gun was shot into my husband's head. I remember it well. It was horrific. Not only that he was dead, but the damage was on me, on my face, on my fan, on my gloves, on my dress, in my hair. Oh, for a woman that has given so much, with the diseases that she had in her mind, now this. How could I survive this? I don't think I could. I didn't think I could survive this. If I was not a God-fearing woman, I would have taken my life. But I had one more son. Oh, and my son needed me. I don't know. Where did I go? What was I going to do? I was lost. I was lost without Abe. He was my pillar of strength, you see. He could control me and help me understand my own evil idiosyncrasies. And he would put me in my place, which I needed many times. Now I had no one, and the country had no precedent. For they weren't done yet. Things were not solidified. Oh, I think I went from one nightmare to another nightmare, and that lasted the rest of my life until my son put me away. I was harming myself, and he was fearful I would harm myself more, which, even though I was madder than a hornet that he put me away in the sanitarium, this sanitarium was different. It was not like what you think a sanitarium would be. It was clean, beautiful, people were kind, respectful, and the doctor was lovely. He listened to me intently. He understood me. He understood what I've gone through. You could see the sympathy in his eyes. He felt sorry for me because I was completely lowly of heart. I had so much darkness in me I could not see. I could not get it away. I was entrapped in the darkness of my own mind. He helped me release it. He helped give me hope. After I was released, I petitioned to release. Out of the sanitarium, I was released. And then I traveled abroad, and I left the country I've known. This country has given me nothing but heartache. It's taken everything from me. You need to understand that. I went abroad. I repaired myself. It was lovely. I could feel myself come back into my body of completeness, and then I could see clearer. I came to understand who I was, maybe my mission on this life, I don't know. But then I returned and lived out my days, which were left in the country I was born. So now I want to talk to you. I have not returned upon this earth for another session, but my husband had. I see Abe quite often, and he did come back decades and decades and decades, hundreds of years later. He was not done. How could he finish freeing a people by being a white man? He could not. So he had to come back a man of color, a preacher man, a respectable man, a driven, God-given man. And he did return. His soul went into a child of color, and thus his mission began. He knew he would be great again. He knew he would be great again. One moment, please. He knew he would be great again, but he knew the cost of his greatness, as the cost of his greatness was when he was president. He knew he would have to take another bullet. He knew there would be a crime, but he was willing to accept that, as you have heard, that he would do it again and again and again, which he has. His mission is for change. You see, all those of greatness have been taken away from the Christ forward. Very seldom do those that promote change and greatness live all their days. I wish for you to think of this. I want you to know that we did the best we could for you. We were just human, God-fearing people. We want you to know that we see your suppression now. You are freer, in a way, but there still is suppression, which needs to be lifted. You need to be equal from your government. Your government controls you way too much. The people should control themselves more, not have your government so involved in your lives. And now they are completely involved because you are at a state of affairs. This will pass. Think of these words. I do not expect you to believe everything I say. No one has ever believed everything I say. But I am a wise woman. For those that know me, understand this. I will relieve you now. Let this vessel get to her day. This is a cute dog. This is Mary Todd Lincoln speaking to you this day, this hour, this moment, to relieve the pain, understand the sorrow. Tomorrow will be a better day for you and for me. All right, Cami got involved in that. So this is who she told me her husband came as the next life. Believe it for what you will. It does make sense, though, when she said that the spirit of Abraham Lincoln was a part of this man to promote change, to finish what he had started. I love you guys. Peace out. Have a great day. Enjoy your day. Bye. Have a great day. I love you guys. Peace out. And there's nothing wrong with my hand. It's either tendonitis or carpal tunnel. Just dealing with some kind of pain on my hand. Thank you. Bye.